friends, we are back with Ponniyin Selvan, episode 14. In last week's episode, we saw Ravidasar and other Pandya royal gods conspiring to assassinate both the Chola prince. We also saw Nambi spying on them and cleverly escaping from them. In this week's episode, let's continue with our hero Vandiyadevan's journey to Thanjavur after he leaves the banks of Arasalar. Although Vandiyadevan felt insulted by the woman's laughter, his anger melted away within a few minutes and his thoughts turned towards the woman he saw in the astrologer's house and the riverbanks. He blushed with embarrassment as he thought he made a fool of himself in front of such a beautiful woman. What a beauty, he thought to himself. No matter how hard he tried to focus on the task in hand, his thoughts kept circling around the beautiful woman again and again. So, he decided to stop over for the night in Thiruvayadu to clear his head before continuing on his journey. While he was riding his horse, he saw a group of men guarding and carrying a palanquin far ahead of him. Vandiyadevan noticed the palanquin was completely covered in veil and had a palm tree symbol carved on its side. Vandiyadevan immediately put aside his plan to stop over at Thiruvayadu and started following the palanquin. He decided to somehow get acquainted with Madurandakadeva when they stopped the palanquin to rest. He thought Madurandakadeva's friendship would make it easier for him to enter the Thanjavur palace. But the guards didn't seem to get tired at all. They kept walking, and soon Thanjavur palace walls itself came into the view. There was no more time to lose. So he quickly made a plan and rode his horse straight into the troops carrying the palanquin. When the horse bumped into the soldier walking last, Vandiyadevan hopped down from the horse, ran towards the palanquin shouting, "Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Your guards bumped into my horse! Your Majesty!" But he was cut short by an elegant, fair hand lifting the veil. This time, it wasn't Madurandakadevar in the palanquin. It was Parvetariya's young wife Nandini indeed. Vandiyadevan kept staring into the most gorgeously seductive face he has ever seen. The woman didn't feel real to him. She was bewitching. Words failed Vandiyadevan as he tried to speak. "Sir, ma'am, your highness, my guard bumped on your horse." No, your guards bumped on my horse and I fell." Hearing Vandiyadevan fumble and stumble, Nandini let out a quick sweet laugh. This gave Vandiyadevan courage to start again. Are you the Duchess of Parur?" asked Vandiyadevan. "Yes, you're right," said Nandini, her voice most alluring and enchanting. "What did you say? My guards bumped into your horse? Did they really?" asked Nandini mockingly. "Very sorry about that. I didn't have a better idea to meet you," said Vandiyadevan. "Why did you want to meet me?" asked Nandini. "Because your brother, Alvarkadiyan Nambi, he asked me to give you a message," replied Vandiyadevan and watched her closely. For a minute, Nandini's eyes widened in shock before she composed herself. Could Nambi's story be true? Wondered Vandiyadevan. "Let's not talk here. Come, see me in the palace," said Nandini. But Vandiyadevan protested. "But I'll not be allowed inside the palace. I wouldn't be permitted to meet you." Nandini grabbed a small bag from next to her and took out a ring with the palm tree emblem on it. She gave it to Vandiyadevan and said, "This ring will open every door for you." She closed the veil and the palanquin left immediately while Vandiyadevan watched wordlessly after it. He couldn't believe if it all truly happened or if it is his imagination. Nandini had a surreal quality to her. After the palanquin completely vanished from his sight, Vandiyadevan got on his horse and started towards the palace. When he reached the palace gates, he saw people gathered on either side, leaving a path in the middle. So Vandiyadevan inquired the person standing next to him, who could be in his late teens and was holding a flower basket. "Hello, brother. Who are these people waiting for eagerly?" asked Vandiyadevan. The boy replied, "People are waiting to watch the parade of the king's guard. You two get down from the horse and stand next to me, or they might take you with them," warned the boy. "Oh, are they really that intimidating?" wondered Vandiyadevan. "Anyway, why seek attention? Let's do as he says," thought Vandiyadevan. And he got down from his horse to watch the parade. And so they came, in a rigid formation, with their cavalry marching in front, followed by their army. They were hailing to every king of Chola dynasty and were led by a person bearing a flag pole. The flag had the symbol of a tiger at the very top, a crown under it, and finally a decapitated head at the bottom. The flag itself looked terrifying. So, who were these men? Just like the Pandya's king's guard who was conspiring in Tirupirambiyam, these men were the king's guard to the Chola dynasty. These men have pledged their life to serve the Chola's king and would ruthlessly kill anybody who threatens the crown. They have sworn to their goddess Kali to behead their enemies or behead their own head if they fail. After the parade, crowd gathered at the gates dismissed. Vandiyadevan felt it was too late to go into the palace now, so he decided to find a place to stay the night and visit the palace next morning. He looked for the same young man to inquire if he knows any accommodation available to stay the night. Vandiyadevan spotted him in the crowd a few yards away, standing with an empty basket, and started walking towards him. That's all, folks, for today's episode. Let's wait and watch what happens next in Kadhatellaporom channel. Until then, bye-bye.